Welcome to another edition of Keeping It Local with Kim. Today, I have the opportunity to interview Carl Grimes, who is the Vice President of Mortgage Lending with Guaranteed Rate Affinity. Well, welcome, Carl. It sure is a pleasure being with you today.
Well, thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. It's very nice to be with you today as well. And I look forward to our chat.
So before we start talking about Guaranteed Rate Affinity, I'm curious what got you into the mortgage industry in the first place?
Well, that's a really good question. I kind of fell into the industry, was not my intended path. I had pursued another career after college, and that did not work out. And I kind of fell into the lending industry and decided that I had a real knack for it, and have been working in lending and mortgages since 1987, as a matter of fact. And I love it. I love working with customers and helping them get into their homes.
Okay, so this is an exciting time to be in the mortgage industry, especially because I have heard that there's going to be, or starting to be, a little shift in the industry. So I've also heard that you also have a lot of new products coming out in the market. Can you tell us about some of the mortgage products and how they maybe they're especially suited for the current market?
Absolutely. That's a great question. And to kind of reiterate what you're saying, we're definitely seeing a shift in the market. I mean, rates have ticked up. They're still at historically low levels. So, but you know, being historically low levels that we've kind of gotten used to, customers are understanding this is kind of the new normal. So I think that'll kind of work through. But to answer your question, yeah, we have several programs that we have available. We participate in a program called Realsure, Red Arrow Cash. What that program does is positions a finance buyer to be a cash buyer. And the exciting thing about that program is it's only available through Guaranteed Rate Affinity and Coldwell Banker Realty. So if a customer is interested in pursuing that, they would contact you. Hey, I'd like you to help me find a house, but I'm concerned about paying cash. And then you and I would connect with that person, and we would get them a fully underwritten loan where there would be a commitment to lend, and it positions them to be a cash buyer. We are also participating in a program that's called the Hometown Hero Program, which is a down payment assistance program that will go up to $25,000 for policemen, firemen, teachers, and people in the medical field. And you have to qualify for that, as with all programs, but that's very exciting as well. And we are participating in that program. We also have a program that we're participating in for people that don't quite fit into the Realsure Red Arrow Cash, because with that program, you had to have a 740 score, and you have to be buying it's a primary residence, but it can't be a condo. We have coupled with a program called Ribbon. And Ribbon, along with our Power Bid program, you can position into a finance buyer as well. So that's very, very exciting. Outside of the Realsure program, they will allow FHA loan, VA, that type of primary financing. Whereas for a Realsure, although it's a great program, it is strictly for people with 740 scores, and they don't do FHA or VA. So yeah, we're very excited about the future. We see a lot of positive things.
Are there any programs suited for someone with a lower credit score?
There are programs for the lower credit score. Unfortunately, down payment assistance is kind of hard and fast on the 640. However, FHA is always a good option for a customer with a lower score, or has had some recent dings on their credit. And to your point, with the shift in the market, we're seeing the FHA buyer having their offers taken a little bit more seriously, because I do believe that we're seeing a slowdown in my home was listed for an hour and it's sold. That is, so we're normalizing in that. Although home prices are still maintaining the levels, we don't expect a drop in that. We do see a normalization, and the value is not increasing to double digits. However, FHA is coming back into Vogue, for lack of a better word, and also VA. So VA will also do a lower credit score. And whereas in the past, sellers weren't interested in those type of loans, I have a VA and an FHA loan that just came into play earlier this week. So I'm very excited about the opportunity for all buyers, whereas in the past it was kind of stuck to your conventional type of customer. The hunt for the all cash sale is although it's still out there to some degree, for the most part, it's kind of waning a bit, and we're seeing sellers, as I'm sure you can have seen, where they are, we're seeing price reductions, kind of normalizing back what they should be on the market at. And then, so it's good. It's good for all buyers all the way around.
Okay. One thing about Guaranteed Rate Affinity and yourself is that you are known for being very customer centric. And so tell us what that really means, how you would define customer centric.
Customer centric is something that has been ingrained in me since I've been in the industry, as long as I have. From the very beginning, it's putting myself in the customer's shoes and treating a customer the way I would want to be treated under similar circumstances, regardless of walk of life, socioeconomic conditions. Everybody is treated exactly the same. The important thing is to make sure that I'm here as an asset and can be a sounding board, also help guide somebody through the process. So I have tell customers two different things. One, the only dumb question is the one you forget to ask or don't ask, because the answer is always no. And the other one is here to always answer your questions. Don't worry about how many times you ask it. Ask me. I'm here to help guide you through. And actually, there's a third one. I don't give advice. I give guidance. People that give advice typically only give advice in this industry if it's going to benefit them. My whole mantra and the way I operate, I want to put you as a buyer in a position, and your buyers in a position to feel comfortable through the process. It's a lot of I's to be dotted, T's to be crossed. So we want to make sure everybody's comfortable throughout. So that's how I would define that.
Carl, I've only known you as a loan officer with an amazingly high level of ethics, dedication, and passion, and I definitely applaud you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So job well
nice
done.
Of you to say that, Kim. I appreciate those words very much.
Well, they are sincere.
Thank
now,
you.
I noticed on your walls, and every time I go in your office, and I'm looking right past you right now, and I can see that you have some very interesting memorabilia on your walls about man's first walk on the moon, and I've seen the space program and so forth. All very interesting. So,
yes.
So tell us about that, and how did you get started in this?
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, that picture directly behind me is a picture of John Young. He was the commander of Apollo 16, which was the next to the last landing of the Apollo program. It ended at 17. So I've always had a very deep appreciation of the space program, the early programs, Gemini, Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo. But to get into that and how I kind of got more interested is my grandfather woke my sister and I up in 1969 in July when Neil Armstrong was about to make his first steps on the moon. So we would watch it and remember that as part of history. So I was very close to my grandfather. He was a great man, and I wouldn't be who I am today without his guidance. And this was a way for me to memorialize him. So I've done a lot of reading as far as the collecting in different pieces. That kind of got out of hand a bit during COVID, but every piece has a meaning to me, and thank you for asking and noticing that.
Thank you. So if someone out there in the community has a question regarding a mortgage, or they just need some more information, how can they contact you?
Well, the best way to reach me, there's two best ways, is on my cell at 727-492-0267, or via email, Carl, CARL.Grimes, GRIMES, at GRARATE.com. That was the best methodologies to reach me and ask questions. How can I help you? Want to help you being a customer guide through the entire process of a mortgage.
So as we wrap things up, do you have any final words to say to the community?
All I can say is remember to be positive on a daily basis. Keep your eyes forward. There's going to be different things that happen in the economy. There's going to be different things that happen in the industry. Keep positive. You think positive, everybody will move forward together, and I'm a big believer in that. Not to say that we're not allowed to have any sort of negative thoughts. From time to time, that's going to happen. But by and large, if we work together positively, positive things will happen. So thank you.
Well, thank you for sharing your time with the community. And I encourage anyone and everyone listening to this interview to please contact Carl, because he's a wonderful source of information, very helpful. And who knows, maybe he'll put you in your new home. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you, Carl. And now I'm off to do another interview for Keeping It Local with Kim.